But someone else whose name is Mitchy D, and I'm actually should probably get his full name on here because I actually want to call him out. But he also went up on Twitter. Now this guy is an independent. Hold on, let's check how time the video is here. I still got about another 10 minutes. This guy is an independent writer for gaming magazines. He's written for PlayStation Magazine. He's written for Xbox Magazine. He's written for PC Magazine. He's written for a whole bunch of magazines, okay? And I'm just trying to get to his profile. Mitch Dyer is his full name, Mitch Dyer. So his name is @MitchyD, and he starts criticizing me. Oh, who do you think you are? You think you know better than us how to review games? Wow, you know, like who am I? To which I said, yeah, I do know better than you. A review is not just your personal opinion at the time of what a game is. You have to combine facts about the game, facts about the quality of other games that have been out during the time, scale your review. That's the way to do it responsibly. You don't just fucking spur of the moment, come in a bad mood, and give a game a bad score or a better score than it deserves, and not also know what's out there so you can scale it properly and say what's better than another game. And of course he completely disagreed. Oh no, it's all about opinion. And then a whole bunch of PlayStation Magazine fanboys came out of the woodwork and started chiming into, oh, who is this guy? He doesn't know what he's talking about. He's an asshole on YouTube, blah, 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 blah. So finally I said to Mitchy D, I said, listen, if you want to talk about this, we got to do it off Twitter because I can't have a conversation with you saying one sentence at a time because Twitter has too small of a character limit. So we got on AOL Instant Messenger, which I still use, and we talked for roughly 2 minutes. And I said, all right, so let's talk. And he goes, oh, well, I can't talk now. I have to get food and then I have to watch movies. This is literally what he said to me. And I said, okay, I thought the whole point of opening this conversation was that we could talk about this. No, I'm busy now. Write me an email. And I said, I'm not writing you an email. I've given this whole opinion about how reviews should be and how the mainstream media doesn't know how to do their job. I've done it multiple times in videos before. I'll link you to a video if you want to watch it, or we can talk. He said, well, I'm not watching the video. I guess we'll talk about this tomorrow then. And then I said, well, just so you know, I'm independently employed. I make videos for YouTube full time, and so I'm pretty much free whenever you want to talk. To which he goes, oh, Jeer, wow, you're really humble, huh? Do you brag much? And I said, what? That's not what I'm talking about. I'm telling you this because I'm telling you I'm free to talk whenever you want to about this subject. I'm interested in this subject. I think there should be a dialogue about it. And he just got all offended that, like, I told him that I work full-time on YouTube. Like, okay, jealous much? That's what I should have said. Jealous much? But anyway, he says he can't talk, but he'll message me the next day. Not more than 5 minutes later, he's back on Twitter, and he's attacking me. He doesn't know what he's talking about, ha 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 ha. He thinks that a review shouldn't be fully opinion, what an asshole. And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, this guy I was just talking to him, and he said he couldn't talk anymore. Now he's back on Twitter trying to shit on me. So basically what he tried to do was get me to not be on the internet anymore, thinking the dialogue was closed, so that he could go behind my back and make me look like an asshole on Twitter. This is the quality of Mitch Dyer as a person, okay? So anyway, after all that happened, I went back and forth with him a while. Now he gets the girl who wrote the review for Duke Nukem Forever involved, okay? Now keep in mind, he admitted to me he hasn't read this magazine. He doesn't know any of the stuff in it. He doesn't know what scores are in it. He hasn't read the reviews. He hasn't read the magazine, but he's going apeshit defensive over it. So that just goes to show who he is. He's a fanboy, okay? He gets her involved and tweets to Ann Lewis and says, oh, not Phil, but they call me DSP is trying to shit on you, and he's trying to do all this and that. To which I responded, completely wrong. I never said any of that. What I said was, I think you were set up to fail, and it's unfair, and I actually challenged the credibility of your editor-in-chief, because I think the reviews in your previous magazine, or your latest issue of your magazine, are complete and utter shit. That's what I said. So I'm actually happy with this announcement that is not the case. And if Mitch Dyer reported that, he's a fucking idiot, and he should be fired. Because he deserves to be fired. He shouldn't be working for the mainstream media regardless, because he's a fucking hack and he always has been, as I proved many, many times on Twitter when he got into arguments with me and then couldn't back himself up. So I'm glad, thank you very much to the stream chat for that.
I guess everyone's saying to do it. All right, fine. You blew it! Although I don't think that applies to me. That applies to Mitch Dyer, because I was just going off of what was publicly reported today, and apparently it was misinformation thanks to good old Mitchy D. So remember, a year ago I said this. Actually, I think it was 2 years ago I said this. I'll say it yet again here in 2013. Whenever you see something written by Mitch Dyer, if it's a page in a magazine, you tear the fucking page out, you crumple it up in a ball, and you wipe your fucking ass with it, because that's the real use of it. If you're reading it online, you might as well just go fucking watch, I don't know, go watch fucking Fred videos on loop for 4 hours instead of reading the article, because that will actually do less brain damage to you than reading a Mitch Dyer article. The guy's a fucking hack. I don't know why people had the wool pulled over their fucking eyes about this idiot and think that he's any kind of a credible reporter. He's not. He's a joke. He thinks that you can write game reviews completely based on opinion and no fucking facts. This is what he told me. He was arguing with me that, no, it's just my opinion. No, you have to have facts in a game review, idiot. He's like, no, that's not true. Fuck him. Fuck this stupid idiot. There's one particular guy, I'm not going to call his name out because everyone knows who he is, who I fucking think he's the biggest hack gamer. When he writes his reviews, they're the worst kind of babble bullshit, where he's talking out of his ass about how this game, I didn't get it, it played like a game from the 1980s. He's reviewing Double Dragon Neon, a game that's supposed to be a throwback to the game from the 1980s, and he's complaining it plays like that. Like, he's the biggest buffoon on the planet. He misreported things. He misreported for Killer Instinct that that game was going to only have characters downloadable one at a time. You were not going to be able to buy the game and have a bunch of characters at once. You have to buy them all as separate DLCs. He's misreported things. He's had terrible journalistic progress in his career, and IGN fucking hired him and defends his bullshit because they don't care. They don't care about the integrity of what they do. All they care about is this, what I'm saying. So if I were to work for one of these companies and they said, Phil, we want you to do game reviews for us because we feel that you have clout, because over the years you've done game reviews and we really think that you do a good job, I'm going to say that's fine. But if I say something about a game, that's going to be in the review. My score is going to stay, and it's going to have valid points backing it up. And I swear to God, if I give a game a 6, and I see some other guy giving another game a 6 that's actually a pretty decent game because he had a bad day and he stubbed his fucking toe, or because he doesn't understand it's a throwback game to the 1980s and he gives it a 6 out of 10 because he doesn't like 1980s games, I'm going to punch him in the face and I'm going to quit.